has not always been rosy, right? After the exam, I had already dropped out of uni, like in my mind. It just happened later on. Once you learn how to code, start writing code. Don't just sit down and watch tutorial, start writing code. Life will train you lemons. And you be like, please now, my blender has spoiled. I cannot make lemonade again. I always believe that there's nobody that is completely valueless. None of how frequently I was writing code, like split my personality into this Anthony that I just want to carry rest and sleep.
Meet Anthony Akpan, also known as Chromate. Why Chromate?
Learning the periodic table, and they got said number 24, and it said chromium. When it oxidizes, it's oxygen, or it's one of its forms is chromate. And I was like, I like that name. I like the chromate. So I removed the CH, I added the K.
He's a senior software engineer.
I thought to myself that nobody's going to talk again.
And like 80% of software engineers, he loves anime. Anthony is also the founder of Taaskly. Taaskly was built to empower businesses in Nigeria and Africa. And he thinks single people shouldn't exist.
Wait, why do single people exist?
Let's listen to Anthony's unique tech journey, and I hope you learn a thing or two or more from this episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Hi.
So for those who don't know you, can you tell us a bit about yourself? Just share a little about yourself.
So I'm Anthony, a senior software developer in Uduakobong, and also startup founder based in Lagos, Nigeria, at least for now. Random fact about me: when I'm not writing code, I like watching anime. My favorite anime is One Piece, and one of my hobbies is cooking. I love cooking, but cooking doesn't love me, so I might cook for you. And
When last did you cook?
when last did I cook? If Indomie counts as cooking, that was like 2 days ago. I made pancakes like last week, and I've actually not made experiment with soup.
Your favorite food to cook? Or you just love the idea of cooking?
I like baking. My favorite. I don't think cooking would actually be like actual cooking. I think baking would actually be. I like baking cakes. I love cakes a lot. So yeah, I would prefer to bake than to cook.
I want to ask you 2 truths and 1 lie about yourself. It can be anything. It can be about yourself. It can be about
2 truths and 1 lie. I don't like to lie. But I love everybody. I love cooking.
love everybody.
Yes.
Like everybody everybody you've met, everybody in the world, everybody online.
So you have detected the lie. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Now you said let's play 2 truths and 1 lie. I told you the lie. You detected it. What do you want from me?
So you said you're a senior software engineer at
Shuttlers. I work at Shuttlers currently.
So the tech find you, or you found it.
So how did I get basically my introduction to tech? When I was in secondary school, right? When I was young, and ever since I was small, I loved to like think out things and like build stuff. Because of that, they're like, this boy will become an engineer. Oh, fix the remote, fix the television, fix the iron. I was like, I would fix all of those, and then this my friend Joseph, both of us would both build stuff, and we would build toy helicopters and whatnot. I thought it was electrical engineering. I would read till when I wanted to like write work and like select my university and course, and by that time I picked up this introduction to Python book on I think I found it somewhere on the internet, I don't know, and I got interested in making games. I love to play games, video games. I wanted to like make the video games I was playing, and so I picked up Python. Yeah,
about how to make video games.
Yep. So picked up Python, learned it, realized I didn't like it, but yeah, threw it away for a while. But when they said what course are you going to study in university, I was like, okay, I'm going to study computer engineering. Big mistake. So I applied for computer engineering, Unilag, didn't get in the first time. So I had to stay at home for a year, and I was like,
What should you do with your time?
No, I was like, God, why? Why me? I was angry. But I also had a lot of free time, and then I that was when I picked up like introduction to HTML, CSS, web development,
Okay.
and I started it. And compared to Python, I was writing before, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. The fact that you could
See
write
what you're
code and you
doing.
could see it on the
See,
screen immediately
same
was
thing.
like very exciting.
But Python, you're always on. Is it either you're using Jupyter notebook and you're just there
Yeah, you are not
coding, but then
exactly.
the visuals and
So I
everything.
would change the color red and I would scoot my brow like, oh,
Yeah,
it's red. I would
that
change to
excites
blue
me.
and I'll be like, yes, it's blue. So I stopped with it and continued to like develop myself, entered Unilag, and that was when I joined like a lot of tech communities. My year one and year two days, I was attending hackathons back to back. But there was this competition apply, there's this competition apply. So I joined a lot of tech communities, GDSC, met people like Guy, Kuma, Abisola, Ghost, and a lot of other people, and grew my network. I also realized how incompetent I was by going to all these community events because you'd attend hackathons and they'll tell you to build a project and then you build it finish and your team lead would come and tell you because it's an hackathon, you have a team, and your team lead will come and they'll be like, this code you wrote is rubbish and we delete everything. I'd be like, my 7 days worth of work deleted. So yeah, it happened to me like twice or so, like someone deletes my work. I thought to myself that nah, nobody's going to delete my work again. So I started to like take coding seriously, watch tutorials, build a lot of projects, built like way lots of projects. So yeah, that's basically how.
When school resumed and you're like, how are you juggling both the tech and your work? Because you're not just learning tech now, you are now working as an intermediate front ender and
Yeah,
school.
yeah. So I usually tell people you have to like you can't have two masters. You have to choose. Everybody has different career paths in life. You have to decide what's your own path is and what do you want to do in life. For me, I need to know school. Even though I was smart, but now school was not the way for me. At least not now. I feel like it's a very oh my god. Good comments only. But year one, they said we annoyed some lecturers and they would treat our fuck up, for lack of a better word, and they did. Because when we entered year one and we entered the exam hall, we saw year three questions. I don't know how everybody didn't feel. That's when I realized that I'm surrounded by scholars. But yeah, I also did not. I don't think I had any F in Unilag, so I left. It just killed through. I remember coming out of the hall and just seeing people sitting down on the floor crying, and I was like, this stuff. That was like when earlier you asked me, when did you drop out of Unilag? After
Yeah.
the exam, I'd already dropped out of Unilag in my mind. It just happened later on because like like supposed to be teaching here. But yeah, that's basically what happened. I was not attending class as regular
Yeah.
before. I was
Just focus
going
on tech.
to yeah. I stayed in this hostel, Biobac hostel in Unilag for like 4 years. I was in Unilag or 3 to 4 years, yeah. And during that time, it's very close to the education library. They knew me in the education library like mad. Every time, carry my bag once again, jump inside the library. Oh, got to a point they don't want to. They did not need to see my ID card because I was coming there
The,
so
oh,
frequently. So like, oh, just enter, just enter. So yeah, the library, quiet space, plug your ears, start writing code. That was actually where I was working. There was no workspace. There was use the library. I think strike happened again. I was at home again during this period. I remember somebody sending me a link to like a job posting on Twitter, and I was like, I'll just like apply. And I did. I did apply, and I was like, the founder messaged me back and was like, he saw my resume, he saw attributes, he's interested. And I was like, interesting. That like, can we jump on the call right now? He gave me like project to build. I was like, sure. They're like, let's jump on the call and build it on the call. I was like, all right, I will build it on the call. And
like while you're on the call, you'll be
yes,
building it.
I was
Was it
like
a very serious project or just a minor?
a landing page.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I'm frying yam right now. Can I give you 1 or 2 minutes? Said sure. Then I fried my yam and like came back and I was like, it's so mad. don't expect quality. Like I'll try my best, but I'm meeting him with one hand. So yes, that was basically what happened. Got into my parade. It was like 400, and it was like a senior role,
You went from 100
like
to
400.
400.
Yes. Around January, my friend that works at Shuttlers was like, "We are looking for a front end developer, and it's for a contract. It's Vue, you write Vue. I like one of the best Vue developers I know. So most of my friends, everybody around me knew I wrote Vue, and I wrote Vue very well. I created the Vue community developer, and so everywhere.
WhatsApp community.
Yeah. So every
If
time,
I want to join, if I'm not a Vue developer, but if someone wants to join, how do they get access to the community? Because it said it's one of the most active community, Vue developer
yes,
community in the world, not even Nigeria.
let's just say Nigeria, because most of them don't use WhatsApp. They use something like Discord, and we don't have Discord.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How would they get access? How do you get
You need
access
to
to
know
it?
somebody in the community because there's
Wow.
no like a link.
Sorry,
The
guys.
group is open that anybody can
Can
invite
join,
anybody.
but just the access.
Yeah, it's the WhatsApp link. I don't know the idea. The idea changes because sometimes some people reset. And I know we have posted it on Twitter
Twitter,
sometimes.
okay.
So yeah. Yeah, my friend
January.
messaged me. They only messaged me because I was also getting gigs back then, but they only messaged me because I used to do like a lot of passion projects. I have this passion project series on YouTube where I document like how I build certain projects, facial recognition system, games, animations, dashboards, anything that interests me. Basically, I would build it. I'm someone that I've always told myself I don't work for money. Like I don't like going to a place because the money is good. I like going to a place because I like the place, like the company. I believe there's like so much more you could do with your skills and time. Everybody's dying. What would you be remembered for that you made the most money? Even if you check world's richest men, Rockefeller and co, most of them are remembered not for being rich but for the impact they
They
made to the
made.
society. So they changed the Americans oil industry, steel industry, and whatnot.
People that watch my videos and they'll be like, Mercy, your videos are nice, but I don't really understand most of the tech terms. Can you like break down what your role as a front end developer is? Or maybe what's your role as a senior front end developer or engineer is? So maybe non techy.
So I will tell you like what a front end developer does, and I'll tell you what I do at Shuttlers. What a front end developer does. So when you go to your website or you're on YouTube now, you're probably viewing this on YouTube, and the bot hopefully it's not the mobile app because if it's the mobile app, that's a mobile developer. But if you're on the website, the page you are seeing was built by a front-end developer. The video tag, the card elements, the button you click. When you click a button, it does something, sends an API request. When you view it on a larger screen, it's responsive. The way it looks on the smaller screen and the larger screen is different. The volume button, the interactions you make with the page, the way it looks and the way it's arranged is done by a designer, or the person that actually takes that design and like implements it so that you can use it is a front end developer. So that's basically what I do. For my own end, we have like two various type of front end. We have mobile, we have web, we have some other devices. Well, for my own end, I'm a web front end developer. So I handle things on the web at Shuttlers. I lead like everything web related. So at least that's what I should be doing. Shutters has a lot of products, business, portal, vehicle portal, customer, web app, admin, and so on and so forth. We have different developers, different front-end developers assigned to each of these projects, right? And then I have to like ensure that everything is working as it should. I sync with the front end saying, oh, did you do this? Did you do this? We are migrating from this. This is what you need to migrate. Do you run it? So, like, are you facing any issues? Are there any things that we need to change?
There are other front end devs
Developers,
working with
yeah, I work with them, and then basically they report any blockers or anything to me. I report directly to like the engineering manager and the CTO if there's anything that's affecting the front end team in general. So yeah, that's basically what I do at Shutters.
Let's go back a bit to your story. When you said you left Unilag, what was your parents' first reaction when you were telling them that you are leaving Unilag? Or how did
Um,
you present the idea to them?
so during the COVID, let me give a backstory about my parents, especially my mom. during the COVID period, when I first got my first job, I was in Oyo. Yeah, I was
That's
in
true.
one.
I never asked. You said you're not really based in
Yeah,
Lagos. Okay.
I'm currently based in
State
Lagos,
now.
but I
Okay.
grew up in Oyo. So when I go home. So like Oyo.
Oh.
Yeah. So during the COVID period, I just got a job. There was no light. My laptop was like one very terrible stone PC. So I'm listening. I needed lights. So I told my mom, invest in me. Just buy my size generator like every 2 days. And let's just have at least 2 3 hours of light every
Light
day.
everything.
And yeah, she did. And that was basically like not just my job then. My mom has always been very supportive, and she knows the children she raised. She's someone that if you come and say your child did it, she'll like, no, that cannot be my child. She raised us right. So when I came and I was like, I wanted to leave school, she was like, have you prayed about it? I was like, yes. Have you really thought about this? You know the consequence? She was like, yes. Like, okay, if you want to leave school, do it. I trust you and I know you think about things properly and you know what you're doing. So if that's what you really want, do it. And I was like, okay. I actually placed it like I'm taking a break from school, right? So I was like, all right, I'm taking a break from school. And she was like, sure, sure, all right. Later, I was like, my mother break might be indefinite. That might be indefinite. But she was like, what are you going to do about your degree? And I was like, I'll still get a degree. I understand everybody, my pastor, my friends, and whatnot. But like, Anthony, you still just get your degree. You don't know when you might need it. So I was like, all right. That was when I started hearing about Miva. Like, there's this online university
University.
called Miva. And they were like, hmm, hmm. Like, I'll apply there and get my degree, and everybody will be happy. Because after all, my mom's children, I'm the only one that doesn't have a degree. I'm the last one still, but I'm also the only one that doesn't have a degree. I have a twin sister, she has the degree already. So yeah.
So yeah, so are you still taking computer engineering or
Software
another course,
engineering.
software engineering? So
Yes.
you've left us. Okay, you're still part of us a little bit, sure.
Yes.
We're still
There's computer
together.
engineering in Miva,
Yeah.
but I know what I saw in Unilag. My eyes have seen things. Anyways, yes.
So given the same, like maybe after like 2 years, is it up to 2 years? Maybe
The,
like since you left in like
no, a year.
a
I don't
year.
think it's up to a year at this point.
But given the same, like if you had to like go back to make the same choice, would you still make the same choice of living, or you say no? Let me just.
I would still make the same choice. Because I think when I first left, I got very depressed after I left school. You realize how the outside world. You realize that school gives you a lot of things, gives you a lot of structure to your life. So you have classes, you have things you have to do, you have somebody telling you what to do, submit this, submit this. The students complain a lot about it, but you realize when you leave school and you no longer have that structure, life becomes very, very, for lack of a better word again, fucked up. Because now you can do anything you want, and you realize that when given freedom, when given the you know the dilemma of choices, when you have a lot of choices, you end up not making any because you would always be, what if I've chosen this? Or
Yeah.
yes, sorry, I'm playing with my mic. I should have just pinned it here, but I like to fidget with things. So I had a couple of turning points in my life, right? If I was like talk about turning points in my life, one of those turning points, I mentioned various. One of those turning points was dropping out of school. One of those turning points was meeting my girlfriend. Another one of those turning points was meeting one of the head girl of my secondary school. One of those turning points was meeting Joseph as a child. That was my friend that we used to got together. So many of those events had changed or had not happened, I would not be where I am today. Like it would be way different. I'll be way different. So yeah,
What was one problem in tech? Sorry, I said in tech. Sorry, what was one problem in Nigeria that I think tech can solve? One current problem.
there's so many problems in
Yeah.
Nigeria. So many problems. My startup, Taaskly, that I'm building, your aim is to empower businesses, right? Because I believe if we empower businesses that are solving problems in Nigeria, we'll be able to impact like a lot of life. One business can impact thousands of lives, but we empower that business to impact more life, like you're able to touch more. There's the issue of let's
So
look.
when you say empower businesses, can you like break it down?
Okay, okay, okay.
Like, are you giving the businesses money, supporting them, or
Basically, I'm using what I have right now, which is my ability to build software to
okay,
empower them. So, giving them more visibility, like creating a marketplace, giving them ways to get reviews from their clients, giving them ways to build websites, custom websites, giving them ways to like plan, achieve their goals better, since them get proper bookings. So, those are like different softwares we have, or softwares we have currently
so to
in the
make them
works. So,
make it easier, make work
yeah,
easier for
for
them?
them. And moving forward, basically anything a business needs, an ideal tax they would be like a suite of tools. The way Microsoft Office has like a lot of tools,
Yeah,
so a suite of tools that businesses can come and pick anyone they need and use it, and it's going to also be Naira friendly or African friendly, because most tools right now are US. They are,
yeah,
you cannot be charging $19 or even $5 is a lot for a lot of business, given that their
in
margins are really
Nigeria.
small. You can charge like 1 or 2K for this product, and like probably the more they add, you can subsidize that amount, so it's actually affordable to them, and they can actually like um do what they are supposed to do. Like
It's
if you're a
low
makeup
cost.
artist and you want to focus on your makeup artist, getting found, getting bookings and whatnot, we want to do all of that for you. So that's the dream, that's the vision. I feel like that's what I'm actually meant to do, because for a very long time I did not know what I needed to do. And I finally understand probably it feels like that's my calling. Concerning the original question you asked,
Give us
yeah,
one problem in Nigeria that tech could stop.
if I was to step outside now, you'd see a lot of things. We have healthcare issues, we have sanitation issues, we have power issues. Light is not affordable to everybody. We have housing issues. I would go out on the street and I would see people sleeping on the ground. Like, I always believe that nobody has, like, there's nobody that is completely valueless. No matter your situation in life, you always have value to give. And I hope one day probably I'll be able to create a tool that will be able to like help you find that value and monetize that value, and like export that value to either foreign countries and get paid, so that they can finally leave the street. I don't believe anybody is useless. I don't believe in the idea of people being useless. I have value. You have value. Our values may differ. Our values may not be the same. But I don't think
Yes.
anybody is useless. You might just be in the wrong place. The mini project on it. Find your value. And basically, once you find it, to offer you, it
So
can be like a marketing tool.
most
Okay.
of these people that, like the ones you give example, maybe market women or the ones sleeping on the road, they might not really have access to a device that will make
Yes.
them find their value. So the solution will still be for people that are in school or people that are educated or people that have the device.
Something like OK now and Pampi and Co. All these people that offer agency banking.
Yeah.
We can create something similar, an agents network where people that are university students that are looking for money can go out to the market and see, oh, what week, how can we help these people? That's why I say different people have different type of values. You can start a business that your business will be to give market women more publicity. Grant, we have a lot of startup in Nigeria or in Africa that they focus on giving credit to these market women, and we have things like the omni channel, omni market. I've forgotten the name of the startup or the company that focuses on like easily delivering this product to market women, because imagine them going to one big market carrying all of
It's
this
on
load
their
back.
head, then come back
Yeah,
and
you
sell.
see those type of things have been reduced to an extent because of all these I've forgotten what they call them, that now offer like retail service instead of them having to like move to markets, large markets. It's those people who come with trucks and
And
deliver it
sell
to
them.
you. So yeah, those guys solve the particular type of problem. You that you might be watching this video and wondering, how can I find my value, or how can I impact the world? If you look around you, you probably have something that is affecting you, and you probably know how to solve it for yourself. Most people have skills. Your skill might be writing, your skill might be talking, your skill might be making other people smile, your skill is making other people laugh. Open a YouTube channel, start telling jokes. Your skill is writing, start writing every day. No, depends on how desperate you are, but if you are really very desperate, I'll say write every day, publish something, put it out there. It might take you a year, it might take you 2 years, but if you are really good and you're writing every day, you might not be able to write every day because of other things. Write every week, and you continue to get better. You said you like my writing. I actually do consider myself a bad writer, but I basically just have
That's right.
experience of like writing constantly. The month of January, I wrote every day from 1st of January to 31st of January. I could not keep up, obviously, but it was like a challenge for the month.
There are like few newsletters that I read. One is yours. Like once I start it, I'm just hooked. Even though I'm doing something, I cannot. If I know that I'm doing something that I'm not supposed to read it, I just keep it. But once I start,
Oh
once it
my
just
god!
pops up and I see it, I just start reading. Like
Thank
today.
you. Now I'm blushing.
So yeah, actually, I don't know if that is a bad writing. I maybe I want to be that kind of bad writer.
Basically, just be authentic. Just I write how I feel like writing.
Writing.
I just put like random jokes and random African. I don't paste memes because it's stressful. You can learn all these skills. A lot of people can learn all these skills
Exactly. Even though you don't have a skill now,
now.
you can learn a skill because skills are like gold in your hand.
Yeah, like people value like, when you enter a room, right? The amount of respect, the amount of value people give to you is based on how useful you are to them, how valuable you are to
Of
them.
them.
So I always tell people, always ensure wherever you are the most valuable person. And sometimes there are certain gatherings you not just go because even though you are valuable, your value might not be useful to them.
Then
So a software engineer in a gathering of plumbers is useless because what does he know about plumbing? Find something you love doing. There's this quote I like telling people: find your ikigai. I've forgotten something you love doing, something the world needs, something you're passionate about, something you love doing or something you're passionate about, right? Something the world needs, something you're good at doing, and something that will pay you. If you can find those four, where these four intersect is what your purpose in life is.
yes,
So what is it that I love doing? You might love doing it, but
it's
you
not
might not
something
be
worth.
talented at it. Then another one you might be talented at it, but you might not love doing it.
I
Another one you
think
might love doing it and be talented at it, but the world does not need
need
it.
it.
And let's see, the last one is the
Something
world
that
might need it. You
but they
might be
cannot
talented at
pay.
it, but
They will
no, they
not
will
pay
not pay
you.
for you for it. So yeah, for me it's like software development. I love software development. I think I'm averagely good at software development. At least I've scammed my way
About
through.
being talented at it, I just know that it's being talented. You might not be that good when you start,
Yes,
but constant practice and years of practice, you will surely be. So if you love it, the world needs it, and they are paying you for it, and you're not yet talented. That doesn't mean like you should like
you should quit.
you
Yeah.
can keep
They
practicing,
said
and it's going
there is this
to.
quote called volume. I think Alex Mose. They have this quote called "volume negates luck," and the meaning of that quote is don't try to be lucky. Don't try to like create one lucky moment. Do so much that you create your own luck. Volume negates luck. The more you do, the more lucky you become.
Wow.
He gave an example in an interview where he said that there were two groups of there was a class. The class were divided into two groups. In one group, they told them to make the best. They should make only one clay pot, but the best clay pot they could make. And in the other group, told them to make as many clay pots. So the first group, you are judged on how many clay pots you made, and the other group were judged on how beautiful, like the best clay pot they could make. After the end of the class, like after the whole session, I think it was like a period of time, when they started to compare the clay pots, they discovered the people that were told to make as many clay pots as possible made better clay pots than those ones that were told to make the best because they just did it every time, every day, constantly making clay pots. They got used to the technique. They started seeing errors by practicing their clay. Exactly. So their clay pots got better compared to those that just made it ones and trying to. So yeah, same thing. If you want to learn how to code, start writing code. Don't just sit down and watch tutorial. Start writing code. If you want to learn how to design, start designing. Go to Figma, draw one square, add one circle, put one text. If you want to learn how to draw, how to sing, how to whatever it is you want to learn, just do it. I'll say Nike, but as Nicky would say, just do it.
As an aspiring front end dev, what tips would you give them to grow in their career?
I'll tell you to find something you want to build. I think I made the most growth in my career because I was always curious. Like looking back right now at my life, I could have taken different type of career path. I usually tell people, right, I might deviate a bit from your original question, but I usually tell people, right, like when you enter the university, there are like three parts. There are a lot of parts you could take. There's the focus on your academics, get first class, graduate part, very boring life. There is the there is the focus on your academics, get a foreign internship in your year four, leave the country. Then by the time you graduate, like get get a full time offer and like leave the country. There's the Japa route. There is the enter university, start a startup, get a job. So you become a working student basically while still in the university, graduate and probably just continue. You would have way more years of experience. There is like there's a lot of different paths to be honest that you could take, right? And all of them depends on basically what you want in life. I usually tell people do not copy another person's path. For my own case now, I just like take the working part. Like I also had the opportunity to like take foreign internships and whatnot if I was serious with it then. But I felt like nah, did not align personally with me. I have like personal beliefs and I will like be impacting life by going to Google and working there, doing internship there. I will like impact life by going to Goldman Sachs. Like really, was it really worth it? Thought about it. Nah, but in hindsight, dollar rate has changed. I probably should have done it. Well, I would tell you my own personal like secrets in developing my skills is like finding something you're passionate about. If you see since I started tech, I built a startup in year one. That was Chrome Tech. That was like part of the passion project I was building back then. I called it a startup. Everybody was building a startup then. So I learned a lot. I learned how to build like a mini framework. And before I even started using a framework, I used JavaScript for a very long time. It got to one point it was later I realized that I was building my own framework because the way I was writing JavaScript was framework. Like I would like just use a framework. So I picked up React and Vue. But I picked up React and Vue not because I wanted to like learn React and Vue and get money, but because I needed it. So it was easier for me to build my projects faster. So because I always had projects I wanted to build, and each project were more challenging. I have a passion project series on YouTube, and those projects Chromate the that's Chromate underscore 24, I think so. Yeah. So those passion projects when I was working at Cello, Mapuraj, Stranded, even Shuttlers, they were like the hardest thing I did during that period. Like they were harder than my work. Currently, my startup, like the things I built for my startup, the tools and the equipment I built for my startup, are harder than like my everyday to day activities, right? In sense that I do DevOps, I do backend, I do frontend, I do design, I do video editing, I do everything. Just do front end. And basically, I usually tell people I started to lose my hair like a lot because of how stressed I'll put myself. I usually give myself very strict deadline, and then because of the strict deadline, how I know I need to deliver by this time, I would learn a lot and I would build a lot. I would feel, I would cry. I've written code so many times that I've written code to the extent that tears will be coming out of my eyes and I'll still be eating my MacBook like, and I'll be like, sorry, but you have to complete this. I'm not going to go and sleep. I think because of how frequently I was writing code, like it split my personality into two. There's this Anthony that just wants to go and rest and sleep and does not want to come out, and there's this one that is going to get the work done, even if you are tired, even if you are sleepy, we would complete it once we start it. I like both of them. So yeah, I would say build things you are passionate about. What keeps me going in the middle of the night when it's 4 a.m. and you are still waking up? One from you might build a project and get only one view. It might be you can write an article and get only one read, two read. But are you building it for the views or for the claps or for the attention? Are you building it because you love it, you are passionate about it? When I write most of my articles, even though I know I have to write it, I don't write it because I'm writing for someone. I'm writing it because I want to come back and read it. I want to read something that's going to be exciting to me. And I'll read out like, oh, this is funny. I'll find the jokes there and I'll laugh at them. So even if I get only one view or one read, my articles do not get like as much read. But if you're a beginner and you don't have money, please ensure that you work for money first or first get money before you start working for passion. That is like very important. Don't go and listen to me. Tinubu is not smiling with anybody. Tinubu's economy is shaky. So like focus on the money. I usually tell people find something that motivates you. And if your motivation to learn a particular skill, it does not necessarily have to be tech. There's like so many people out there that did a lot of things that are not tech related. Might be the next manufacturing genius and or the next hardware genius, or you might be someone that revolutionized the pure water industry or the power industry or the electrical electronic industry. And because somewhere is telling you to do tech, you do not do what you're actually passionate about, and now we don't have you in the world. We are just like
That's like leading to my next question
okay.
of if I should actually do tech. Like a lot of question comes like like 2 years ago, if you want to, if you just graduate from school and you want to make money, they tell you come and learn the tech skill, learn the tech skill. And now people are not asking because they've seen that it's not just once you enter you start seeing the money. I'm trying to ask you, should I actually learn it? Should you actually learn a tech
No, the short answer is no. Don't learn a tech skill. Before the whole tech rush, right? There was oil and gas. Me, this good old guy, go to oil and gas, read chemical engineering, go to do this and that. There have always been hype cycles and bubbles that burst, and people realize, okay, this is not all not all roses, right? So I would always tell people do the things you are passionate about. It might not be tech once again. Find like your skill, find what you're currently good at doing, make money from it. That should be like the fastest thing you should do. Make money from it. Then after you make money from it, try to look for ways to expand it. Or you sell kilishi, what can I sell plus kilishi that would increase it? Or you sell skincare products, can I go and study about people's skin and skin, whatever, and start a consulting agency or a consulting business so that when people want to buy skincare, I can also charge them consultation fee. So learn to like skill up, get a skill, build it, get people paying you for that skill and add to that skill. And yeah, hopefully
skill? When it's accidental
that's basically what is
make money from your passion,
yeah.
something like that.
That'll be my philosophy arts. So I'll tell you, if you're watching this, I don't know who you are, what you're going through. If you're in Nigeria, you're probably going through a lot. I understand. Um, I would say my life has not always been rosy. I remember times remember when I was still in secondary school or when I just left like secondary school, where my phone could not connect to the internet, and I would have to like wait for middle of the night so I can do midnight plan on my mom's phone, and then like on the hotspots, and then like download all the books I need to learn web development, download all the YouTube videos I need to learn web development. Then I remember when I had my this laptop and it could not work without light. And I used that thing for like a year. So I would always like looking for place. I'll go to education library, find socket, plug it. And that's what I was doing to work. Changed my laptop to one very heavy brick. I think I was having back pain because of how heavy the laptop was. Basically I've it has not always been rosy, right? And life is hard. Life would be train you lemons, and you be like, please now my blender has spoiled, I cannot make lemonade again. And like we say, I don't care. You be like say you start to grind it to stone. That's when you realize, so this is what it means by keep on grinding. I understand. No, it's not going to be easy. Whatever you decide to do right now, it's not going to be easy. But ask yourself, will it be worth it if it works out? Right? If the answer is yes, then I would say you should like go for it. People might laugh at you, people might call you names, people might call you insane, people might not understand. But you don't need people to understand. You see me, I spend most of my time alone because people are weird. People are not necessarily always good people. Some of them I know have what's best for them in mind, not necessarily what's best for you in mind. It's up to you to like actually choose what's best for you in mind. So I would tell you to like find out what it is you want to do and do it with everything you have. There's no second chances, there's no fallback, just do it. If you feel like you can change this particular industry, you can make a difference in the world by doing this. I feel like if most more people like committed to like changing the world or making Africa better, Africa would actually have been better by now. But the problem is that the our most talented individuals leave the country the moment they get. Will I leave the country?
Yeah.
Wait, oh, if I had the opportunity to leave the country, I almost like leave. Let me not lie, but I'll come back. Like I love Nigeria, I love Africa. I will come back, but just for let me see the experience for like a year. But trust me now, you see me in Nigeria. I will not be running away
But
from
I
Nigeria.
would say it's not really their fault if they are leaving because
I
a lot of
usually tell
people
my friends, you can love Nigeria, but does Nigeria love you?
exactly.
Have you been in a toxic relationship where you love someone and the person doesn't love you? You just be doing things for them and they'll be like, me. I'm like, am I dating a brick? I'm dating a brick wall. Yeah, that's
Because some
basically
of them
what
have
Nigeria
even
is doing.
tried. They've tried in their little community. They've tried to like help Nigeria, but sometimes the problem of Nigeria is not even the government. It's
Ni-
us that
Nigerians are their own
exactly
problem. The government can
most people
help,
are
but
never
still,
ready to
don't worry.
change.
Nigeria has happened to me a lot of time. I've seen it happen to me. That's what I was saying. Life's not going to be rosy, but you will survive, and you are going to be stronger for it, and you can do it. Like
We'll
it
survive
does not matter. You
because
can
we're
do
still
it.
in Nigeria.
Like in Nigeria, the world hasn't
I'll
ended.
survive.
Like I woke up this morning and the song "He Has Made Me Glad" was in my head. He has made me glad. He has made me glad. I will rejoice for He has made me glad. I realize I'm happy. I'm like genuinely happy. There's absolutely no reason for you to be happy. You're in Nigeria. Why are you happy? Like, why are you happy? Have you seen the price of crate of egg? I'm saying crate of egg because I bought like very recently, like 2 days ago, and I was like, I watched Crate of Egg do like I don't know, Crate of Egg used to be two something, three something. It's 5K. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I was like, wow, there's nothing to be happy about in this country. But my joy does not come from my situations or the things that are happening to me. I might be feeling sick, but I'm alive. I might be feeling tired, but I'm alive. I might be feeling like I might be feeling down right now, but I'm alive. And as long as I'm alive, I can make an impact in the world. I can make a difference. I can change somebody's life and I can make people
And as
happier.
long as you are alive, you can still live
There is always hope. Don't give up. There is always hope.
the country. Thank you so much for coming to us.
Thanks for having me. But if you're watching this, click the subscribe button, like the video, drop a comment, and I'm watching you. I can't see you. You're not clicking that subscribe button. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you just watch this beautiful content and you're not clicking it. Like, really? That you're breaking my heart. You're breaking. You're okay. You're subscribed. Now click the like button.
I can share it too.
Click the like button.
Thank you.
Then drop a comment. Put hello. I'll read the comments and I'll be there in the comment section looking at you. Yeah, share the video. If you got value from it, share the video. If you didn't get value from it, I'll tell you not to share the video. But that's a lie because you didn't get value from you. You are the problem. You are a bad person and you are the problem. You are the problem of this Nigeria.
Okay, bye guys.
uh,